California's Sierra Nevada mountains host the biggest and oldest sequoia on Earth, some close to 100 meters tall and up to 3,000 years old. A team of about a dozen expert tree climbers volunteered for an expedition organized by the Archangel Ancient Tree Archive to retrieve genetic samples.
I think the replanting of trees, major trees around the world, is absolutely crucial as one of the constituent parts to mediating the impact of climate change.
Giant sequoias are huge not only in height, but in girth, 7 to 8 meters wide, making them ideal for absorbing greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide that drive climate change on our planet. They live for 3,000 years.
We feel like there may be something special in those genetics that could help resist the changes of climate change, global warming, things like that. We feel like if it's lived 3,000 years, maybe that genetics, maybe something special there.
Climber Jim Clark has been collecting the tips of young branches. Later, the cuttings are delivered to the Archangel's Michigan laboratory, where the samples are planted in nutrient-rich containers.
What we have here are the clippings that we took from the very top of the sequoia tree at 230 feet. And we went out to the very tips of the limbs and harvested this material.
The samples grow beneath purplish fluorescent lights in humidity and temperatures designed to encourage rooting. Despite the tightly controlled conditions, most won't survive. But the ones that do take root will grow indoors for several years before they're ready to plant.
It's a biological miracle that this piece of tissue that came from a 3,000-year-old tree can be rooted, and we have a miniature 3,000-year-old tree. The genetics stay true. The genetics don't change. This little tiny tree will be exactly the same genetically as the mother tree.
One skeptical voice comes from Todd Dawson, a professor of integrated biology at the University of California, Berkeley. According to Dawson, it's unclear whether cloning and planting a limited number of trees will cool the warming planet. He is more in favor of a more direct approach, as curbing the use of fossil fuels and protecting vast rainforests.
The pace at which climate is changing right now is faster than any time in past Earth history. And so we have to be thinking about very rapid solution. And a slow-growing tree may not be able to keep up with the pace at which the Earth is changing right now.
But there is no disagreement over the value of planting and protecting big trees. Moreover, for these arborists, doing nothing is not an option. Later this year, the Archangel team will plant up to 1,000 sequoia and redwood saplings in a cool, damp region of Oregon, where the trees will have the best chance to grow. Archangel says they have already cloned 170 species and planted around 300,000 clones.